Now, so we look at this. Before we begin, we look at some kind of reflection, okay? What does soft skill mean to you? What does active learning mean to you? Okay? Any ideas? Let's brainstorm. Soft skill. Okay, soft skill. Behavior. Yes? Something? So something that you can't measure. Can't measure directly. Okay. Active learning, anyone? Would like to throw some ideas on what you understand or what active learning means to you? Yes? Okay, two-way communication. What else? Oh, students who are active, not lecturer. So it's the students who are active. Okay. So we have some of these ideas in your mind. You know, when you talk about soft skill and also active learning. Okay? But why does this matter? I think you have looked at this since in the morning. We know that Ministry of Higher Education has come up with a blueprint, right? And within this blueprint, if you look at the first column, which is the time shift, 1 until 10, I'm not going to go with you in details. When we talk about soft skill, when we talk about active learning, those are the elements that you can see in this shifts. Okay? So are you happy with that? Are you happy with that? Okay, I need some response. Yeah, you are not being active now. But that's okay. The point is, what we're going to look at today, which is the soft skills as well as the active learning, is actually part of this shift. Okay? So the topic for my presentation today will be enhancing students' soft skill through active learning. Okay? Now, I know this might not be the best way, but usually when I give talk or when I discuss something, I would like to have my audience to have some kind of mindset. Okay? Like after after you walk away from this session, these are some of the things I hope you can carry with you. Okay? So the first one is, you should be able to incorporate soft skill elements in your classroom activities. And the second one, implement active learning strategies during your classroom practice. Okay? Now we move on. So who is this? Anybody is familiar with this man? And why is he important? Albert Bandura. He was born in 1925 and he is still alive. So what is important about this man? So he is a psychologist. He's famous for his Bobo doll experiment in 1961. So this man, since 1961, has been talking about what we are talking today. How many years ago? Long time ago. Okay? Alright, so what is the Bobo doll experiment? How many of you have watched the video or you have some ideas on Bobo doll experiment? No, do you want to watch or you want me to? Okay, so let's look at this, but engage model. Okay? Now, just put that at the back of your mind first while we look at this. So, why is it important? Why is this social learning theory important? And how does it relate to what we're going to discuss today, which is enhancing soft skill through active learning? Okay? So in order for us to do that, I accept the challenge of our guest speaker, Dr. JJ, that we have to work together. So let us try to imagine you are now in a class session, okay? So let's go through these processes together, alright? So are you with me? Okay, in your bag, you have a handout which looks like this. Okay, you got it? Alright. So, we are now in a classroom, okay? I've never had a big, huge class like this before, but I'll try to imagine that this is a smaller class. Okay, so, now our class activities begin. Alright? Okay. Okay, so, as usual, before we begin, I have put up the links of the website or web links that we'll be using for today's class in our todaysmeet.com. Okay, you can access this and you'll see that. Okay, so you can bookmark this page and then you can go and just click if you want to refer to this like right after your class or during the class session. You can just go to this. Okay, but let us look at the activities one at a time. Alright? Okay, we move on. Now, you've got all mobile devices, right? Okay, so you can go to padlet.com with this link. So what I want you to do now is, you work with the person next to you, reflect, and note down what attracts you during one's presentation. Have you been attending any presentations before? Have you? Any kind of presentations? What kind of presentations have you attended before? Dr. Roslim's presentation. What else? Okay, Dr. Sharon's presentation. Before this, I believe we have had, you have been to conferences before? Have you? So you attended someone's presentation, right? And other sort of presentations. I'm not only referring to today's presentation. What I mean is the presentations that you have had before. Okay? Alright, so with the person next to you now, can you, if you go to the Padlet, oh, that's the Padlet. So some of you have written something on it. Well, that was my students writing. If you look at your Padlet now, this is what you will see. Okay, so you should have this. And with the person next to you, you can click anywhere and type your response. Okay, type your response on what we are going to do, on what the brainstorming is about, which is effective presentations. So, what are the criteria for effective presentations in your understanding? So discuss with your friend next to you. Okay, so have we got anything written? Can you read something? Back to the question. What attracts you during one's presentation? Video. Okay, what else? New information. Presenter.
Interesting example.
Interesting example. Smile. Yes, like our presenter earlier on. Okay, so we've got this. Right? Okay. Did you actually discuss with your friends next to you? Yes. Good. So you were engaged for a few seconds. That's fine. Alright, so let's look at this. Now, so what are we going to talk about actually? The topic will be on presentation, right? Okay. So I want you to download this presentation rubrics from this link. It has been automatically downloaded for you in here, so that you don't waste time. Okay? But just imagine that you downloaded this from that link. Okay? So, you have, now I want you to just quickly go through the contents, language, and delivery rubrics. Can you go through that? Quickly. Very, very quickly. Okay? Alright, done. All of you are all good students, so you have gone through. Now, let's look at that. So, how to get that? This is an example of the wiki where you downloaded it. Okay? So, that's the place where you go and you download the presentation rubric. Everything is actually online. The students can actually download this earlier. Okay? So, we move on. So, you look at this, right? Now, the focus for our class session today is only the first part, which is the content. Okay? So, when you look at the content, we zoom in to the attention getter. Can you see that? In the column where you can see the word contents, you have up there introduction, including appropriate attention getter. Right? So are you with me? Those at the back, are you with me? Yes, good. Okay. So our focus for today is that we're going to focus only on attention getter. Now remember, I asked you to discuss with the friends next to you what attracts you most during one's presentation. Anybody wrote that here? Video, new info, presenter, it's interesting example, smart. So which of these belong to the attention getter? What is attention getter? Video, smart, new info, presenter. Okay, let's look at this. Now again, I want you to go to the Padlet with this link. I want you to work in a team of 4 now. Discuss and write some examples of attention getters for effective presentations on that Padlet page. So you, okay, because everybody now is sitting with a computer in front of you, you may search the internet for some ideas. Okay, because some of you might not understand what is attention getter. Okay, so to get some ideas, you can surf the internet. I give you 5 minutes to do this in a team of 4. So if the classroom setting is like this, how are you going to make a team of 4? Is it like that? A row? You can turn. Okay? Don't this is out of this slide a bit. Okay, don't think that the setting of the classroom can stop you from forming or from organizing your class in whatever you want. Okay? If you have this type of classroom, you can arrange it accordingly. Okay? Don't just come and say, oh, my classroom setting is like this. This is all I can do. No. Okay? So in this situation, what can you do? The 2-person here can face forward. Can face backwards. And the others can also do that. Okay, so I have to repeat, okay? Imagine 5 minutes is over. So I believe you have something written. So, have you got some more ideas than this when we talk about attention getters? Yes? Sorry, I can't hear you. Singing. Okay, a song. So a song can be one of the attention getters. What else? Yeah? Jokes. Short stories. Citations. Okay, hang on. Try to compare this with what you've got here. Can they match somewhere? Can they match somewhere? Yeah. Okay. So now, do you now think that you have understood a little bit on what attention getter is in this short period of time? You got some ideas? Okay. Activity 5, which we don't have the time to do, but I'll just go through with you this. Now, once you already have this in the Padlet, remember you have to discuss and put down some ideas on Padlet. Okay, so once you have that written, you can now move to watching the YouTube, and then with the information here, you can ask your students to compare what they have written with what they see. It could be new information for them, right? Okay, so let's imagine we have completed activity 5. We move on. So now it's time for you to summarize. So to recap, effective presentation skills include, what did we just learn? Attention getter. Alright, so you've got homework to do. So what's the homework that you've got to do? Next, you have to go back and look for information in the YouTube. Find people who are giving presentation on any topics. And with your group mates, I want you to discuss and write something on that based on the presentation rubrics that you have. Okay? And then we are going to discuss this in our next class. Alright? So that's the wrap up. Class activities then. Are you following me? Yes? Oh, surprise. Good. So if you look at the handout on the last page, page 4. How many activities can you see there? 7, right? Okay. So if you look at that, oh, before that, need a break? Tired? Let's look at this. The yolk of the egg is white, or the yolk of the egg are white. Which one is correct? So which one is correct?
The first one.
Okay, neither. Egg yolks are yellow. You don't have to laugh if it's not funny. Okay, now we move on. Okay? So let's recall and summarize the processes of what we have done throughout activity 1 and up to activity 7. Okay? So if you look at that, look at the process. The first one, reflect and brainstorm, is what you did for activity 1. Download document, activity 2. Activity 3, you focus, you zoom in on one element. Okay? Activity 4, you have to write feedback on Padlet. Activity 5, you watch, you compare and contrast the new information that you have with the information that you have discussed with your friend. And then recap the activity, and finally you have to do homework, right? I believe all of us here have at some point in your class session, you do all this, right? You ask students to discuss in a group of 4. You ask the students to do pair work, right? Okay, so what does that contribute to the soft skills? Actually, in some of these activities, unconsciously, you actually incorporate those soft skills elements, right? For example, let's look at activity 1. When you ask students to reflect and brainstorm, they are actually engaged in their communication skills and also critical thinking skills, right? And what does PNC mean? This is the approach that you use, pair work and class discussion. Activity 2, when you ask them to download the document, they learn information management. Okay, they know that with the advance of the computer, you can actually use information for the education purposes, not only for social purposes. So you teach them. And technology use. Now, do you notice that I have shown examples on a few, can we say e-learning platforms? First I use Today's Meet, I use Padlet, I use Wiki, and I also use Edmodo. Okay? Actually, all those can be done in one platform. But here, I just want to show you that we can tell the students that, hello, there are so many platforms out there that you can use. Okay, so you teach them to have a lifelong learning skills. You don't stop only at one tool. Okay, there are many other tools that you can explore. Alright? Okay, we move on. So now I want you to think for a minute. In 2-hour session, if you can incorporate a few soft skill elements, okay, what happens if the student who go to our classes 6 hours per day, 30 hours per week, 420 hours per semester, do you think they might observe, imitate and model us? If we do this collectively, not only I'm doing this in class, but others, all of us, 420 per semester, how many semesters are the students with us?
6.
And if we begin this from matriculation center or polytechnic where they have to go through their diploma stages, they carry up here, so don't you think we can have this active learning? So we have given them the opportunity to explore a few e-learning platforms. We give them opportunities to argue, discuss or debate with friends when they give them group work. We teach them to think critically. We teach them to communicate in pairs, in group, formal, informal situation. And also, they observe, they imitate and they model. Isn't it active learning? Do you think that we can enhance the soft skill elements through active learning? It is simple, but we have to do this together in order for us to help achieve balance, holistic. Again, I steal someone's idea that not all subjects, not all courses can have all these skills. Okay? And I believe as we mature as educators, we know which courses. Alright? So the final note from me. Do you think you have achieved the learning outcome? Do you think you can incorporate soft skills elements in your classroom activities? Do you think you can implement active learning strategies in your classroom? Those at the back. Now you're looking at me. So do you think you have achieved this? Because we have to do this all together to make sure that we produce balanced, holistic graduates. Entrepreneurial, of course, but the examples that I gave does not include that element, right? Okay, so with that, thank you.